Hey there folks, it's Photo Dave and this is Toypixx. Now if it's your first time on the channel is all about improving our action figure photography. Whether it's me helping you guys or you guys helping me in the comments, we all are working this together. And if that sounds like something you want to check out, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Just keep following the Toypixx for all kinds of tips and tricks and, well, figure stuff and photo stuff. All kinds of good stuff. Anything involved in making action figure photography awesome. Now in today's video, rather than me doing my normal caffeinated beverage making kind of craziness here, I'm just going to tell you a quick little story about what the photo is going to be. See, my mom knows that I do this stuff. And in fact, what you see around is her place because I've been helping her out quite a bit. I actually have my collection at her place right now instead of my place. Yeah, my place actually feels like a vacation spot, which is kind of weird. But I digress. The reason I bring that up is because Mom knows this stuff. She thought, you know what would be funny is if you ... and that is the picture I'm taking today. So, let's get to it. But first, cue the intro. First things first, I'm not exactly flush with backdrop type items or background type items, so I make do with what I've got. I have a little coffee shop table there, I have Stan drinking a mug of coffee, I have computer crate from the high school creations diorama, a little bit of painting. This bad boy from Kyle Robinson, his shop is called Shelf Presents. Presents as in gifts. Very cool stuff. I was really geeked to get this. And then I got a little painting here. I decided to take the Extreme Sets Asylum and just made it a little bit, oh, you know, one of those quaint coffee shop deals where the asylum, it used to be an asylum, but now it's a nice coffee shop that was, you know, hipster-y. Is that still a thing? I don't even know. But anywho, I wanted to show you all that. Since I didn't show you the setup, I wanted to show you that I was trying to make the background a little more interesting than just flat panel walls. On to the next part. Real quick edit to add just a little bit of goofiness. Skeletor and He-Man have joined the scene. Who has the power now, kids? And now for the main players in today's shot. We have Bruce Wayne. Stay. We have Selena Kyle. Also, stay. And we have a piano? Yeah, we have a piano. Okay, let's set this bad boy up and see if Mom's right and this ends up being a really fun shot. yeah, I'd say there might be a little bit of funny here. I might have to do a little bit of adjusting. As you know, I'll take the photo so that it shows up more portrait style instead of landscape on Instagram. So some of this stuff will probably get moved around ever so slightly just so I can do that and make it look right. So the next time you see this bad boy, it's going to be lit up a little bit for you and in an orientation that's going to work for the old Insta. Okay, let's do this. And here we have the whole setup. Things had to be moved slightly because I had a huge crash in the middle of getting the lighting all set and slightly adjusting everybody. I have some of this stuff on the ground here just because in shots I was getting way too much of the tablecloth, so I wanted to add something in front. We've got He-Man, which will poke through a little bit in the picture, but not a ton. Skeletor will be pretty much not there at all. We've got the Pac-Man game hiding out in the back. Stan, he might show a little bit, but not much. As far as lighting is concerned, we've got the big red light coming down from the top there, the Neewer light. We've got a white Neewer coming in to add a little bit of the good old-fashioned regular color. And we've got this reflector that's bouncing off of that, bouncing light from that, back onto Catwoman. Pretty much right onto the side there, a little bit on Bruce. And that's pretty much the shot. I'm going to end up using the cell phone that I'm using to record this. I'm going to end up using that to light up Catwoman just a little more for just a touch more reflection on her costume. And then, once I'm done shooting that, I'll take it to Photoshop. See you there. And here's the pic opened up in a bit of Lightroom before the Photoshop. So I'm looking at it right now. I don't know that it needs a whole lot. Let's see. No, highlights would be too much. Let's look here. Tone. No, I'm not going to mess with that. Just keep looking at all the weird stuff that we can do. Highlights. I think that this pic is actually pretty alright. Let me see what happens. Yay, distortion. Trampolines are fun. We'll leave that like that. Yeah, I really don't see much that needs to be done. Let's look at vignettes, actually. Post-crop vignetting. Highlight priority. Let's just see what happens if we do this a bit. I do like kind of making the edges darker just to make sure everything else in the middle is more focused on, if the picture is primarily in the middle. And here it is. Let's see, just play a little more. Ooh, fuzzy. And that was me getting a message from myself about this video, I'm sure. Okay, let's take that roundness back down to 0. All right, let's open this bad boy into Photoshop. And here we go. So all we're going to do here now, I really don't think there's much that needs to be done here. So we're just going to copy it. I'm going to open yesterday's Mafex. Oh, that was for YouTube. Wrong one. Let's see. Where did that go? We'll open. Oh, we did this one yesterday. That one was fun. I made this one yesterday and posted it today. It was a good time. So now we're just going to post this in here, get rid of the spawniness of the shot. And the reason, again, that I do that is just to make sure the Toypixx logo can hang out. All right, now we've got a little bit of the vignette that we got from before, but obviously this picture is cropped differently than what that picture is. So let's see, if we take this down to about, it doesn't need to be cropped all the way. Let's do that. And let's add our own little vignette. That'll be the only real thing we do with Photoshop here. We might actually, now that I'm looking at it, we might try and darken a little bit these face areas. Just a touch, nothing too crazy. And it's not really, this is just how I do things. It's kind of just as it comes, you look at it and say, well, we could do this, we could do that, this, that, the other thing. All right, I have the oval here. We want to make sure that these two, that Bruce and Selena obviously a little embarrassed by Bruce's weird behavior. Select inverse. Now shift F5 and fill with a foreground color that I used the color picker on. Okay, that shows a little bit there. Now, yesterday we went to multiply to make things good. For one of those videos, there we go. Then we just change the opacity. I think 30 looks about right here. Now, one last thing. Like I said, I want to take those highlights. I want to make them a little less light, I guess, which is kind of tricky. So what we might do here, I think we'll do curves. We'll try curves. Go to the reds, hit Alt, and push up to try and make the lighter areas a little more red. Maybe make the darker areas a little more cyan, just because. Now we'll push it down here, hit Alt and down, because the opposite blue. I mean, we'll get yellow in this channel if we push down now. And that kind of makes that adjustment a little bit for their faces, so it brings out the detail just a bit. Now you do the same thing, but push up to get a little more blue in the dark area. That's a little better. And it was a real subtle change. So that's what the original picture looks like. That's with the levels and the slight vignette. So it's not a huge change at all, but it's enough to just kind of add a little something. So that's today's fun picture there. Okay, now we'll about end this thing with me showing you what the final product looks like without these crazy lines, and it'll take up a lot more of the picture. And closing thoughts, as I always do. Be back in a minute. And now here's the final product. I'm hoping it's a little humorous. I'm looking at it chuckling a little bit. I'm sure when Mom eventually sees it, she'll think it's pretty funny. And I guess that's really the big opinion that counts. But hey, I'd like to know what you guys think anyway. Do you like goofier pictures like this, or do you like the more serious stuff? Leave a comment below, let me know. Ooh, I rhymed again. I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now. So that's all I've got for this one. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you're digging the content. And hey, as always, folks, have fun and happy snapping. See ya.